I'm going to show you guys how to use the yoga tune-up balls in order to improve range of motion and mobility in your thoracic spine. The nice thing about these is that they have a little gap in the middle, which allows you to mobilize your spine without crushing this area in the middle of the vertebrae called the spinous process. These two balls that are right next to each other go over the spine without crushing that area. The other nice thing about these is that they're nice and soft. They're about as firm as a thumb. Versus if you were to use two lacrosse balls or two tennis balls, which you're definitely able to do, it may just be a little bit uncomfortable. If you're going to use lacrosse balls or tennis balls, just put them inside of a sock. In order to do this, I'm going to put the yoga tune-up balls down on the ground, and then I'm going to lie down right on top of them. I want to make sure that it doesn't feel like that middle part of my spine, the spinous process, is being crushed. You want the yoga tune-up balls to be in the area between your shoulder blades. You don't want to go lower than that because typically that doesn't need any more mobility. And you don't want to go any higher than that because then you're in your neck. And I'm just adjusting this a few times in order to get it in the right spot. I'm going to put my legs up on a chair. That'll just help lock out your low back. And then I'm going to put my hands behind my neck, which will allow my neck to relax. I don't like hands being behind the head because typically then people will crank on their neck, and I'm not looking for that. Once you get into an area that feels stiff, you're going to stay on that area. I might even walk my feet up towards essentially get my knees up towards my chest a little bit more. That'll lock out my low back even more. And then from this position, I'm just going to breathe in as my elbows go up towards the ceiling. And then as I breathe out, I will sink over the ball. Almost like you're doing a mini crunch. You should be able to breathe in and out as you're doing this. You might even get a few pops. After maybe 2 or 3 rounds of breath, I'm just going to scoot down about an inch or so to get onto the next segment. Again, hands behind my neck. Then as I breathe in, elbows go up. And as I breathe out, I'll sink over it. If you don't have a chair to put your feet on, you can put your feet down on the ground. I just have my knees bent with my feet flat. Then same idea, you can breathe in as your elbows go up and then breathe out as you sink over it. Another option is you just lift your butt off the ground, which concentrates a lot more of that force over the balls. This is definitely a lot more uncomfortable. Again, I'm just focusing on the area between my shoulder blades. So after a few more rounds of breath, or maybe after a minute or so, I'll scoot down to the next segment, and then I'll do the same thing, whether it's lifting my butt up or breathing in and breathing out. If you guys have any questions for how to use these yoga tune-up balls in order to improve thoracic mobility, if you have any questions on thoracic mobility, please contact me.